So we're here at QMP for the Beta Australia 2025 model launch, and this is the all-new RX 300 motocrosser with the updated frame, and yeah, looking forward to riding this girl. And we're also going to be riding the new X Pro range, which is a whole new range they've introduced this year from the standard RR range they had last year. And also there's a few two cross trainers we can ride, new cross trainers. So yeah, we're looking forward to having a good day. I've got my mate JB, Johnny Baker, here on the tools today, help me out because there's a lot of bikes to ride. So yeah, pretty pumped to get it going. So we're at the 2025 Beta Australia new model launch, and JB and myself, Goba from Dirt Action, we just got off the track on the RX motocross models, and yeah, like the big changes this year on the motocross range is for the 300. They got the new frame. It's more in line with the 450, so it's got the new frame which offers more rigidity on the track, new subframe, new pipe. They got these new X-Trig bar mounts, which just give you more less vibration and more feel on the track. And yeah, what do you reckon, JB? Like first time out in the 300, like the big standout was like the engine's really powerful.
It's a very powerful bike, yeah. It's in my eyes, it's a A-grade, B-grade motocross bike. You've got to be at that level to ride this bike. With the mapping, you can detune it to the mud map, but it's a punchy bike, you know. It really hooks up and drives. You've got to be a good rider to appreciate this bike. The bike handles great, it steers really well. When we first went out there, did a few laps, the track was muddy and heavy. Big, you know, the ruts would suck you in.
Yeah, and we found that like the front end felt a bit soft, so when you're diving down under brakes into a corner, it would it would dive into the corner without much hold up. So when we came back in, Ash, one of the Beta mechanics, he made some adjustments, firmed up the front end, and it definitely made a big difference. It's amazing what we've noticed today from riding the Beta bikes is, you know, a few clickers here and there makes a big difference, especially on the fork. And you went out there after that change, JB. How was that?
Oh, the bike was different. It just stood up in the corners, you know, instead of diving. You could basically steer the bike from the back wheel a bit more.
Yeah.
It was just a massive change. Just turned the bike straight away. It was great, fun to ride.
Yeah, and jumping off the 300 straight onto the 450. I mean, this 450 is a really nice bike to ride. It's really balanced. This hasn't had a whole lot of upgrades from the 24 model. It does have the X-Trig bar mount set up. It's got the upgraded map, which at the last year's test, we were having a bit of problem with they were just a brand new bike, and it was quite fluffy. It was a bit fluffy off the bottom. It wasn't when you're throttling out of corners, it wasn't a nice clean feeling with the engine. But now with the new map, it's a lot better. And once again, also the fork was a little bit soft, and we dropped the fork through the mechanics, or they dropped the fork through 2 mil and put about 4 clicks on the compression, and that held up a lot better and made the bike feel more balanced on the track. And I think the big thing is, it's just a really nice, easy bike to ride. The power is just so linear and so smooth, and the adjustability between the maps, you can have it more aggressive or you can have it more like smoother with the two maps. And yeah, what do you think, JB?
Oh, the motor in the bike is amazing. You know, you can just stick it in third gear. You can ride it aggressive. You can, when you get tired, you can, you know, you still just smooth throttle, and you can, you know, just keeps driving everywhere. It doesn't, you don't feel out of control, even if once you get a bit tired. The motor, it's so linear.
Yeah.
You know, you maybe grab fourth gear up the straight and then back into third gear, and just pulls through the ruts really nice. Yeah, it's a great bike.
It's an impressive bike, but yeah, we're looking forward to getting onto the enduro models next, and yeah, see how the new X Pro range goes. QMP, and after the motocross bikes, the RXs, we jumped on the enduro off-road range, and yeah, we've ridden 16 bikes. Both of us have ridden 16 bikes, and yeah, we've had a great day here at QMP. So like, we're going to start with the fun factor of the X-Trainer. The X-Trainer, there's only cosmetic updates, but you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's such a good bike. Like, the seat height of this one's 910. Let's just run through that. 910 seat height. 930 on the X Pro, which is 20 mil lower than last year, and 950 seat height on the race. And but yeah, let's just talk about the X-Trainer, JB. I mean, we both got off this 300 and the 250, and we were just like, wow, like it's such a surprising package, because it's just so much fun to ride. What do you reckon?
Mate, I was really impressed with the Cross Trainer. The suspension and the motor are just so suited to each other. Like, all that rock garden-y stuff, the low speed off-road, it just soaks it up, and it's so tractable. It's honest, it even sounds like a trials bike when it starts revving low.
It's almost like a 4-stroke in a 2-stroke.
It is.
It's like 4-stroke power, but it's a 2-stroke, and it's so light. You can flick it around the trail. You can change directions.
It just drives everywhere, doesn't it? It's amazing.
Yeah.
I was really impressed. Don't underestimate the Cross Trainer.
Yeah. I'd have one in my shed right now if I could. For sure.
So
like, stepping up to the X Pro. The X Pro is a new model for Beta. They have got an updated fork, which is really, really plush and smooth out on the trail. Like, this bike's going to suit 70% of trail riders and riders. Like, I'd be even happy racing that. Like, you know, stiffen the fork up a bit. For my level of riding, over 50 class, I could ride that all day and not feel tired.
Yeah, it's really easy bike to ride.
And you've got a good range. We got the 350, 390, 430, 480.
Yeah.
So what was your take on the X Pro, JB?
I thought the 350 was awesome. Straight away, I felt comfortable on that bike. It was just planted. You could really rev the motor. Yeah. It was a revvy motor. The 390 is a lot torquier. Yeah. Which suit a trail rider a lot more. It's, you know, really grunty off the bottom. The 430 and 480. Whew, they just eat up the fire roads, mate. Yeah. That 480 was something else. Yeah.
And then you got the 2-strokes as well. You got 125, 200, 250, 300. And I mean, like, starting with the 125, they're a lot of fun to ride. I mean, you got to keep them revving, and but you know, they're on the trail. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, the 250 was awesome. Yeah, 250 2-stroke.
You like 250 2-stroke? Yeah, that was
really
good. Yeah. We played around with the forks. One thing on the 2-strokes we noticed with the 250 and the 300 is we just had to fiddle around with the forks a little bit. Like, they were just diving a little bit too far into the stroke, under brakes, into the twitchy, rocky sections. So the adjustability is really good. Like, we only, even four clicks up on the compression made a big difference. So,
it did, yeah.
But the whole comfortability and rideability of the bikes is really impressive. Like, they feel comfortable to ride.
Straight away, even in the cockpit. It's just, you're just straight at home. There's no, I don't think we've adjusted anything all day. No. Just straight on them.
And they steer really nice too. Feel balanced.
Really, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then we're on to this one.
Finishing off with the race model. They were called racing last year. Now they're called race. Yeah, what can you say? I mean,
Mate,
they're a weapon.
this is a big daddy.
Like this is the bike for the top 20% of riders that are wanting to push the bike harder. They're pushing their bike through hard sections of trails, like tree roots, rocks. The KIB fork's gonna soak up those bumps a lot better than the softer fork. Just for the guys that are pushing it harder.
Yeah, the motor's a lot more punchy.
Yeah.
It's got a good range. It's just really punchy, you know, and the suspension just holds up, as you said.
Yeah.
You know, you can hit, this is a big boy bike, you can hit stuff and it's not going to fold underneath you.
We only rode the 350 4-stroke and the 300 today, but yeah, overall, really, really impressed with all the bikes today.
Yeah, 25
There's
metres.
something for everyone, really.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they're all easy to ride.
yeah.
Straight at home.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Peter.